Hi, my name's Ciara from Ciara's Home Yoga. Welcome to day 2 of Gentle Everyday Yoga. Today's class is Yoga to Rejuvenate, so let's get started. As always, we'll start seated with our legs crossed, and you can sit in a cushion if that's more comfortable. Let's go. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, twist to the right. We'll continue like this, moving with our breath. I like to start all my yoga classes like this, so we are breathing evenly and deeply from the beginning. And we can carry that with us through the rest of our practice and maybe even through the rest of our day. Last one. Inhale back to center. Before we stretch our neck, we'll bring our shoulders back and down. We'll turn our head to look over our left shoulder and very carefully lean our head back as much as feels good, breathing deeply and evenly here. If this feels too much, pull back and just look over your shoulder. Do what's right for you. And release. Other side. Shoulders back and down. Turn our head to look over our right shoulder and stretch our head back as much as feels good, breathing deeply. And release. For our next pose, we'll stay seated with our legs crossed. I'm going to turn so you can see me in profile. Again, you have the option here to sit in a cushion. Find what works for you. Shoulders back and down. Inhale, bring our arms to cactus arms. Exhale, we'll bring our right elbow under our left elbow and bring the backs of our hands to touch. If it feels good, we can wrap our hands around each other. Shoulders remain down with our forearms perpendicular to our mat. We look to our thumbs. Inhale, look up, arch your back, moving our elbows up. Exhale, rounding into our back, moving our chin to our chest and squeezing our navel to our spine. We'll repeat 2 more times, moving with our breath. Inhale back to cactus arms. And exhale, left elbow under our right elbow. Backs of our hands together or bind our hands. Inhale, look up, arms up, arching our back. Exhale, curving in our spine, bringing our chin to our chest and our navel to our spine. We'll repeat this 2 more times while breathing deeply. Inhale back to cactus arms and exhale, release. We'll come over to tabletop now. Bring our hands to our mat and we lower down onto our belly for some cobra flows. We'll bring our hands under our shoulders and tuck our elbows in tight into our body. Our shoulders are away from our mat and down our back. Inhale, up to cobra, elbows in. Exhale, lower down. We'll repeat this a few more times. This pose is the exact opposite of sitting. So if you sit all day, this is a great pose to do daily, particularly after some cat-cows to warm up your spine. On our next inhale, we'll come up to Cobra, bend our right leg and turn our head to look over our right shoulder, and exhale, lower down. Other side. Inhale up to Cobra, bending our left leg, looking over our left shoulder, and exhale, lower down. We'll come back to tabletop now. Bring our hands under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. To find the correct position of our hands in tabletop, we'll rotate our hands towards each other. I'll turn so you can see this. We'll bring our middle fingers to touch and rotate our hands back out, and that's the correct position of our hands in any tabletop pose. For our next movement, we'll move our hips back slightly, just an inch or so. Inhale, reach our right hand up to the ceiling. Exhale, our hand back to our mat and our hips move forward. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hand down. Other side, reaching up with our left hand, moving with our breath. Last one. And release. Our next pose is in tabletop 2, but if you feel any discomfort in your hands or your wrists, you can come onto your fists at any time. Inhale, extend our right leg and our left hand. Exhale, left hand down to our mat. Inhale, move our right leg to be perpendicular to our body. Exhale, extend our leg again. And release, bringing our leg down. Other side. Inhale, extend left leg and right hand. Exhale, lower our hand. Inhale, move our left leg out to the side. Exhale, extend our leg again. And release, coming back to tabletop. We lower our elbows to our mat now, in the exact position our hands were in. We'll clasp our hands together and walk our knees back an inch or two to come into puppy pose. In this pose, we're following the same alignment cues we follow in down dog. We're drawing our tailbone to the ceiling, our navel to our spine and our chest towards our thighs. And breathe deeply here. Long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales. We'll inhale to release, bring our hands to our mat and lower onto our belly again. We'll bring our hands under our shoulders like we're going to push up into Cobra. First bringing our shoulders away from our mat and then down our back. We'll extend our left hand perpendicular to our body, like that. And push into our right hand to come into broken wing pose. We've a few options we can do here. We can rest our head on our mat or hold our head up. Our feet can remain stacked with our feet flexed, or you can bring your top toes to rest behind our lower knee. Or for our final option, we can hold on to our upper foot, remembering to bring our top shoulder back and down first. So we're stretching both shoulders open in this position, breathing deeply and evenly like we did at the start of this class. Feeling our abdomen fill up with every inhalation. We'll release our foot and return onto our bellies. Same thing on our other side. Our shoulders are away from our mat and down our back. Extend our right hand and push into our left hand to come into the pose. Again, investigate what foot option works for you on this side. Feet stacked and flexed, upper leg behind our knee, or our quad stretch, moving our upper shoulder back and down first. Breathing deeply. And release, coming onto our belly. Pushing ourselves up to tabletop, hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. We'll tuck our toes and lift our hips up to come into down dog. In our down dog, we're reaching our tailbone to the ceiling while drawing our chest to our thighs. Our heels are reaching to the floor, they don't have to touch it. It's more important here that our tailbone is reaching to the ceiling. And breathe deeply. On our inhale, inhale, we'll step our right foot between our hands, or as far forward as you can. We lower our left knee down and untuck our toes. We've an opportunity here to move our foot between our hands if we didn't quite make it on our step forward. Inhale, lift our upper body up. If you feel very unstable or wobbly here, you can move your right foot over to the right side of your mat, just an inch or so to make ourselves more stable. We'll tuck our pelvis so we're not arching in our lower back, and we'll make sure our hips are square to the front of our mat. If we put our hands on our hip bones, we can check that our hips are in line with each other. In this pose, our right hip can tend to move forward and sneak out of alignment. So we line up our hips and raise our hands up. We can move our hips forward here while holding our alignment to feel a deeper stretch in our left hip flexor. And breathe. We'll bring our left elbow to our right knee now to twist and open to the right. We'll make a fist with our left hand, and we can cup our right hand around our fist. We can push into our hand to increase the twist, only as much as feels good. Breathing deeply through our nose with every breath. Inhale back to center. To release, we lower our hands to our mat and step back with our right foot to tabletop. And bring our left foot forward. Move your foot into position with your left hand if you need to. We'll bring our upper body up into our lunge, moving our front foot over to the left slightly if you want to be more stable. We'll tuck our pelvis to make sure we're not arching in our lower back, and square our hips. We can bring our hands onto our hips to make sure that both hips are in line with one another, before bringing our arms up and shifting our hips forward to feel a deeper stretch. And breathe. We'll bring our right elbow to our left knee to twist to the left. We'll make a fist with our right hand, and we can cup our left hand around our fist. Our shoulders remain down here. We'll check in with our jaw to make sure we're not holding any tension here. And breathe. To release, we lower our hands to our mat and step back with our left foot to tabletop. We'll tuck our toes and come into down dog one more time. We'll go through our checklist here, making sure our tailbone is reaching to the ceiling and drawing our chest to our thighs. And breathe deeply here. Long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales. On our next inhale, we'll walk our hands to our feet and exhale, fold. You can have a slight or a generous bend in your knees here, whatever works for you. We'll stay in ragdoll for a few deep breaths, holding on to our elbows with our opposite hand and drawing our navel to our spine while letting our head hang freely, breathing deeply. To release, we lower our hands to our mat, walk our hands back to down dog, and lower our knees. We'll cross our feet behind us and come to sit on our mat with our legs extended. This is Dandasana, where we'll flex our feet, we are activated in our legs, our kneecaps are drawn up our legs, and our navel is connected to our spine. Our shoulder blades are back and down with our chest open, and our neck is long. We'll relax our posture now and do some bum walks down our mat. And back again. We'll bring our hands to our mat behind our back. Shoulder blades back and down, chest open. We'll point our toes and lift our hips up high for a few deep breaths. Even one deep breath in this pose is really good. Here we can relax our head back or we can hold our neck up. Check both options and do what feels best for you. And breathe. And lower back down. I'm going to mirror the next pose, so follow my cues. We'll extend our right leg and bring our left foot into our inner thigh. We'll turn our upper body to be perpendicular to our mat. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale, we'll bring our hand to our thigh, shin or foot. Option to hold on to your big toe here. Another option is to grab a pillow and rest our forearm onto the pillow. Or if you feel good, you can rest your forearm onto the mat. There's no right or wrong option here. There's only what works for you. With our left arm now, we'll bring our left shoulder back and down before extending our arm out and reaching through our fingertips. We'll let our head hang freely and breathe deeply. Inhale to come back up to center, and we'll switch out our legs, extending our left leg. Our upper body is perpendicular to our mat. Inhale with our left hand, and we'll come into whatever option is right for you. Right shoulder back and down, before reaching out with our right fingertips and letting our head hang freely. Breathing deeply. Feeling our abdomen fill up on every inhalation. And release. Come back up to center. For our final pose, we'll extend both our legs. We'll bring our left foot to the outside of our right knee. You can stay like that, or if it feels good, you can bend your right leg to bring your foot to your left hip. In this position, we'll make sure that we've even weight between both our sit bones. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Using our left knee as a lever to increase the twist. In this pose, we're twisting from our abdomen. Shoulders are back and down and we're looking over our left shoulder. On our inhales, we're lengthening up in our spine. And on our exhales, we're feeling into our twist. And breathe deeply here. Inhale to return to center, and exhale, we'll switch out our legs, extending our left foot on our mat, bringing our right foot to the outside of our left knee. Option to bring our left foot to our right hip. Even weight between both sit bones. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, twist to the right, using our right knee as a lever to increase the twist. On every inhalation, we're lengthening in our spine. And on our long, slow exhalations, we'll see if we can twist some more. Looking over our right shoulder and breathe deeply. And release. I hope you enjoyed this practice and you'll consider subscribing to Ciara's Home Yoga to join me for day 3. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.